Welcome to this week's episode of Operation Support Local Ottawa. I am your host, Derek Fage. We're here at Carlingwood Mall, and I'll explain why in just a little bit later on in the show. As you can imagine, the mall's not as busy as it used to be, and that, of course, due to the pandemic. We start this week at the Fairmont Château Laurier, and I speak to Deneen Perrin to talk a little bit about the effect that the pandemic has had on the hotel industry, and in particular to talk about Zoe's Lounge, who has decided to do takeout, and they've done a specific menu for takeout for their customers. A little bit of history for you. Zoe's Lounge was named after Sir Wilfrid Laurier's wife, Lady Zoe, and it converted from a concert hall to a bar back in the late 1980s. Have a look.
So in March, we needed to make a decision, obviously. We could see that occupancy was going down. Nobody really knew how bad it was going to be, and certainly nobody knew for how long. So a decision was made, and we did have to close for the first time in the hotel's history. So that was a very sad day for all of us, and for all of us who, we had to say goodbye to some colleagues at that time who needed to be furloughed. It was really difficult. You went from a hotel that's vibrant and lots of action happening to a very quiet environment. So it was difficult, but we got through it, and then the summer got a little bit better. We saw occupancy come back a little bit. All of our safety precautions were put into place. That was the number one priority while we were closed, is to make sure that we had all of the safety precautions in place for people to come back and feel safe to travel again.
Compared to other places, we were very lucky since we have a huge setting for our terrace. We have a huge patio, so this summer we were busy. We brought a lot of staff back into work, and we were hopping, so it was fun. But then as fall hits, what do? Where do we go from here? So we had to start thinking about our options.
So Zoe's, again, that word pivot. How are we going to go into this second phase and see how we can still service people of Ottawa, right? And our guests also. How do those guests who are still coming to visit us get a true experience? So we've done a few things. We have Uber Eats now, which we've just launched. We have takeout. We are also doing Skip the Dishes and DoorDash very soon. And we're looking at some gourmet meals that people, how people do good food, but they have to prepare those meals. We're gonna let the chef do that for you. And we're gonna create meals that you can actually keep in your freezer. So over the holidays, let's say you wanna have a special meal, even if it's just for your family, because you can't have your entire family join you, so it's just 4 people. You can sit down and have a gourmet meal that's been prepared by the executive chef, and literally just take it out of the freezer. There'll be all of the directions. So it's kind of that in between, right? It's that how do we still come to you and allow you to enjoy?
For takeout, this has never been something we've been into. It's never something we've been requested to do. And we never had to, because we were full here within the hotel. And the market there was a lot of players, a lot of restaurants that were already excelling at doing takeout. So how can somebody enter the market of takeout while everybody else is also trying to get in? That's been our challenge. We've put a small menu that we're going to grow, testing it, making sure it travels well. But it's definitely, we have a lot of ideas coming up. Things that have never really been done before for takeout in the city is afternoon tea, for example. So this is something we're going to do. We used to be full every weekend and very full on weekdays with afternoon tea. So afternoon tea to go takeout is a great opportunity for us.
The government will allow us to have cocktails to go. So we're doing a Statesman to go, we're doing Caesars to go, we're doing all of those things, as long as it's served with food, of course. Right. So it's a lot of fun. So it kind of allows you to say, okay, you know what? This is the best of both worlds. I get to put on a fire, have a cocktail that was prepared for me, and a great meal, and then we move from there. So it actually has some advantages for people at home. One of the things we're doing long-term stay packages. So, you know, people who are working at home and seeing their four walls, they're kind of over that. So we're having people say, you know what, I'm going to come and work, but I'm going to come and work from the beauty of a castle. And they'll come and they'll stay a little bit longer. So we're working on those types of packages. It is all about how we can help each other through this whole thing, because it will come to an end eventually. But right now it's all about remaining safe.